This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 25th day of March in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here is what we're tracking tonight. As churches suspend services and businesses close their doors in fear of the coronavirus, the Ministry of Public Health has revealed that the number of positive cases in Guyana remains at 5. A total of 9 persons are in mandatory quarantine, while there are 4 others in mandatory isolation. The persons who are in mandatory quarantine and isolation are receiving psychological support from the Mental Health Department. During a daily update today, Minister of Public Health Vala Lawrence said Guyana has an adequate supply of testing kits, but persons are still being encouraged to follow the guidelines related to social distancing.
The Health Emergency Operations Center, the HEOC, continues to implement the National Strategic Plan, meeting every 48 hours for updates, in an effort to monitor the COVID-19 situation to mitigate the spread of the disease. Regional preparedness is also ongoing. Also, there is an adequate supply of testing kits and the PPEs for our medical personnel.
The minister also revealed that the hotline received over 500 calls with concerns about the coronavirus from citizens. The majority of those calls were received from the Region 4 area.
All persons quarantined and in isolation will be receiving psychosocial support from our mental health unit at the Ministry of Public Health, who is working along with the Ministry of Social Protection. The number of calls received through the toll-free hotlines as of yesterday were 543, and 90% of those calls came from Region number 4.
And the ministry has put a rapid response unit in place to address serious concerns about the coronavirus and possible new infections, while it has also been expanding its public awareness initiative.
Continuous education of the public through various media messages is ongoing. Let me inform you that we have been able to translate our messages in 4 indigenous dialects. Those are Wapichan, Makushi, Akawayo, and Patamona. We are currently working on the messages for persons living with disabilities. And through some of our international partners, we are working on translations into languages for our migrant population.
Minister Lawrence said the Public Health Ministry has been partnering with a number of international and local agencies in the fight against the coronavirus. PAHO, WHO, UNICEF, and the International Office of Migration are among the international agencies lending support to Guyana's efforts. Guyana recorded its first case of the coronavirus on the 11th of March, when tests were carried out on the remains of a 52-year-old woman who died in the emergency unit of the Georgetown Hospital. Since then, 4 members of the woman's family, including a child, were tested positive. They have all been placed in quarantine. The other persons who have been placed in quarantine are those who are exposed to the virus, but the result of their test was inconclusive. More news coming up in just a moment.
Parents and guardians, you are encouraged to tune in to the Guyana Learning Channel, Cable 29 or Channel 42 for daily educational and interactive learning sessions. The nursery program airs from 6 hours to 9 hours. Primary programs from 9 hours to 12 noon. We also air informative documentaries from 12 noon to 13 hours, and our secondary level programs are aired from 13 hours to 15 hours. Please continue to listen to our radio broadcasts. The interactive radio instruction for grades 1 to 3 daily on Voice of Guyana from 9 hours 30 to 10 hours for grade 1 pupils, from 10 hours 30 to 11 hours for grade 2s, and 13 hours to 13 hours 30 for grade 3 pupils. Please remember to tune in to benefit from these educational opportunities. A message from the Ministry of Education.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
The following is an important message from the Ministry of Public Health. When should you use a face mask? A medical mask is not required for members of the public who do not have respiratory illness symptoms. Wear a mask if you are coughing or sneezing constantly. For healthy people, wear a mask only if you are caring for a person suspected to have COVID-19. Masks are only effective when used in combination with frequent hand cleaning with alcohol-based hand rubs, sanitizers, or washing with soap and water. If you wear a mask, dispose of it properly. The Ministry of Public Health has a hotline to provide information on the coronavirus. Members of the public can call 227-4986 or 624-3067.
Welcome back. Well, Guyana is stepping up the fight against the coronavirus. And this evening, the Guyana Revenue Authority announced a waiver of the value-added tax, duties, and excise tax on all medical supplies associated with the testing, prevention, and treatment of the coronavirus, vitamin C, and multivitamins. In a statement, the GRA said the waiver will take effect on March 26 and continue until the end of June 30th. Previously, the items attracted duties ranging from 5 to 20%, and the value-added tax of 14%. Additionally, tax deductions will be given for all donations made by local businesses to staff and health institutions for the prevention and treatment of COVID-19. And there will also be a deferment of the payment of corporate and individual advance taxes and PAYE for businesses affected until the end of June. Thereafter, businesses will be allowed to pay advance taxes on the current year basis. The Guyana Revenue Authority said all other taxes are due and payable in accordance with the law, and those include balance of tax payments for corporation tax and income tax due for the year of income 2019. Meanwhile, the Revenue Collection Agency also announced that to reduce the spread of the virus, taxpayers are being encouraged to submit their tax returns electronically. Drop boxes are also available at all GRA locations for taxpayers to drop off their returns, should they elect not to file electronically. Additionally, the Guyana Revenue Authority said to support social distancing, it will be restricting the number of customers who will be allowed into its offices at one time to avoid crowding. It will also be discontinuing the acceptance of returns at the counter and the printing of lodgement receipts when taxpayers submit their returns. A decision has also been made to reduce the processing of driver's license, motor vehicles license, and motor vehicle registrations. Eastern Airlines has been given a green light to operate a flight from Georgetown to Miami tomorrow in a bid to get American citizens and U.S. permanent residents who may have been stranded in Guyana home. The airline allowed online bookings for the flight. News source understands that the U.S. Embassy here in Georgetown was instrumental in seeking the government's approval for the operation of the flight. The airline is expected to fly one of its jets into Guyana with no passengers to make a quick turnaround and head out back to Miami. Some persons complained on the embassy's Facebook page that the cost for a one-way ticket with the airline was insane. Some said they had to pay over $900 for that one-way ticket to Miami. Guyana closed down its airport airports to international flights last week as part of the country's response to the coronavirus. Only specially authorized flights along with medevacs and fuel stop flights are being allowed. The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority is currently assessing the situation to make a decision on how much longer the closure will remain in place. A number of other countries, including Trinidad and Tobago and Suriname, have also closed their airports. Well, as worry continued locally over the coronavirus, more organizations and businesses have been making moves to encourage social distancing. The Interreligious Organization of Guyana has joined the call this morning by encouraging all religious groups across the country to practice safe distancing for the next 7 weeks, regardless of religious beliefs. In a statement, the International Religious Organization said the matter should be given serious consideration, since persons with pre-existing conditions like hypertension and diabetes are most at risk. Meanwhile, the General Presbytery of the Assembly of God Churches in Guyana has made a decision that all of its congregations will immediately cease to have services until further notice. The AOG parent body is encouraging pastors to use social media to minister to members in their homes. The body is also encouraging its members to continue to be prayerful. Guyana has recorded 5 confirmed cases of the coronavirus, including a woman who died as a result of contracting the virus. She was the first case. A number of other persons are currently in quarantine, while others are being monitored. Turning now to the political front, as Guyana remains politically tense with no final results 3 weeks after Guyanese voted at the elections, the Guyana Elections Commission is making it clear this evening that it is awaiting decisions coming from the court and will be guided by those decisions. The Supreme Court is currently hearing a case seeking a full injunction blocking the recount of votes on an agreement reached by President David Granger, Opposition Leader Barrett Jagdeo, and CARICOM. GCOM broke its silence this morning and said while the wait may be frustrating, the matter is sub judice, and therefore the Elections Commission is awaiting the outcome of the legal proceedings to inform its deliberations and next steps. The Commission said it has noted concerns being raised by various persons and stakeholders, and it hopes the legal issues will be resolved in the shortest possible time, as the 15-day period for a declaration of the results has already passed. The Elections Commission also reminded that as an autonomous constitutional agency, it is guided by a legal framework, and therefore it is imperative that it abides by the decisions of the court. It has now given a commitment to ensuring the elections conclude in a manner that is guided by the court. GCOM said while it may appear that it is silent, that silence is due to the injunctions granted, refraining GCOM from proceeding with the national recount that would have been overlooked by a team from CARICOM. The body said it will refrain from any major actions until the matters are properly ventilated in the court and the decision is given. The matter before the court is set to continue this Friday, when the judge is likely to make a decision on the jurisdiction of the court to deal with the issue. Across the region is coming up next.
Wondering how you can access free learning materials for your children? Parents and guardians, please visit the Ministry of Education's website at www.education.gov.gy to access textbooks, past papers, and practice tests to keep your child engaged in continuous learning. When you have accessed the site, go to the Students tab, wait for a second, and choose the appropriate option. You now have access to the resources you need. You are encouraged to take advantage of this opportunity as we strive to provide the best education for the nation's children. A message from the Ministry of Education.
They've made a positive impact on the heavy-duty transportation industry in Guyana since they've arrived. Guyanese are amazed at their power, durability, efficiency, and superior handling capabilities. These are brand new trucks, manufactured in partnership with German, Italian, and French companies. They have a powerful reputation for operating under very adverse Guyanese conditions and come with full after-sales service and spare parts. They're the most sought-after trucks today, with over 500 units in Guyana, and they're available in over 100 countries, including South America and the Caribbean. Be smart. Buy brand new ST Howo trucks today. Call 608-4998 and arrange for an inspection at ST Truck Guyana Incorporated, Block B, Public Road, Covenant, East Bank, Demerara.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Falls, a trademark of China's Zhanghao Incorporated, located at Land of Cane in East Bank, Demerara, was incorporated in April of 2013 with over $10 billion Guyana dollars invested in a state-of-the-art 100,000 barrel fuel storage facility, a modern service station, an office complex, and a modern wharf that can berth international vessels. Having no association with any other fuel company, Falls imports its own fuel, which meets quality specifications, has all the legal permits, and is in compliance with international requirements. Its bulk facility can load 8 trucks simultaneously at a rate of 1,000 liters per minute, while the service station can service 12 cars at a time using computerized fuel pumps, which can facilitate the use of ATM cards. Through its professional team of mostly Guyanese, Falls wholesales and retails fuels to the public, including farmers and miners, and will continue to positively contribute to Guyana by providing quality products, service, and attractive prices. Try Falls today for all your fuel needs.
The following is an important message from the Ministry of Public Health. Getting your workplace ready for COVID-19. Surfaces such as desks, tables, and telephones with keyboards must be wiped with disinfectant regularly, or at least every few hours. Use containers of hand sanitizers and place them in prominent places around the workplace. Provide access to places where staff can wash their hands with soap and water, and promote regular hand washing at the workplace. The Ministry of Public Health has a hotline to provide information on the coronavirus. Members of the public can call 227-4986 or 624-3067.
Across the region right now, let's begin in neighboring Brazil, where the president Jair Bolsonaro has accused the media of fear-mongering in a speech that downplayed the threat of coronavirus to his country. In a televised address, the president called on mayors and governors to roll back restrictions that they have introduced to curb the spread of COVID-19 in Brazil. His intervention came as the two biggest cities, Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, went into partial lockdown. Brazil has reported 2,200 confirmed infections and over 45 deaths. The president described restrictions on public transport, social distancing measures, and closures of businesses and schools as scorched earth policies. In Colombia, at least 23 people were killed in one of Bogota's largest jails after what the authorities are calling a mass breakout attempt amid rising tensions over the coronavirus in Colombia. The justice minister in Colombia said 83 inmates were injured during the riot. Inmates at prisons across Colombia held protests on Sunday against overcrowding and poor health services during the corona outbreak. The Ministry of Justice said it is investigating the incidents. And finally tonight, international news. Spain's death toll from the coronavirus has surpassed the official figure from China, becoming the second highest in the world. The number of deaths has risen by 738 in just 24 hours to a total of 3,434, a record spike for Spain. By comparison, China has officially reported 3,285 deaths, while Italy, the worst affected country, has reported 6,820 deaths. Spain's Prime Minister will ask his MPs to extend the country's state of emergency for another 2 weeks. Lawmakers are expected to agree to the request for lockdown measures to stay in place until the 11th of April. Under the rules, people are banned from leaving their home except for buying essential items and medicines or for work. And that's your news source evening bulletin for tonight. Gordon Mosley reporting.